Oh, we live.
Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome to day 3 of social
Distancing.
distancing. I'm like social interacting.
But not really.
But not really, right? How are you guys doing tonight? I'm doing wonderful. I had an interesting day. I hope you guys had an interesting day as well. I want to hear about, I'm just realizing that there's a lot of fur on this jacket I'm wearing. I want to hear about your guys' day. I want to hear about your questions. What's going on with you?
This is crooked.
What's going on in the community?
This is crooked. Hold
I
on.
don't know if it's crooked.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Whatever. It's fine.
So,
We're just here to do some arts and crafts.
tonight, we are going to be doing arts and crafts again, but we decided we would make some crappy Halloween masks out of paper plates, right? Now behind me you can see that we've got some good ones. This was the one, if you guys watched the final chapter of Making of a Mask, this was the final mask that Jessie did. Oh my goodness. Here, take a thing. Hey, not bad. Right back here we showed this the other day. That's our jackalope mask that was made by Inferno. And then we have my kind of favorite mask. This is the mask that I wore to Halloween last year during Hunt.
There you have it, guys.
I love this mask. This is the best.
Best mask ever. Mr. DeMarco Endurance, Alex Asuma, Megan Neal, Stephanie Marquez. Hello.
How you doing, guys?
Hi.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Haley.
Super
Haley's
appreciate
here.
everything.
Hello.
What's up, Haley? We also have the rat mask here because I'm supposed to test whether I can put latex on my face since I'm allergic to latex. And I'm probably going to go with the silicone. But there's a lot of things that you can make masks out of. And if you guys watch this thing, watch the mask project. And if you haven't, I highly recommend it. The music is fire, okay, for one. And it's really interesting to see the entire process that goes into making a mask. The music is fire. So you can make a mask out of flex foam. You can make a mask out of silicone. And that's what we got right here. But tonight we're going to make a mask out of paper plates because
it's the apocalypse and
it's the apocalypse and you got to do what you got to do, right? Again, this is all stuff that I had in my house. I did not go out and get anything. Really need to go through my crap. All right.
Facts.
But I did do some pre-cutting of the paper plate, and if you guys, can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys see that.
Hold it up again.
I don't really want to hold it up just yet, because I do want to announce that if you guys,
We'll do it more towards the middle.
we're gonna do it more towards the middle when we get more people, and I'll show them again. But if you guys joined us last night, we made little spooky dolls, okay? And this is my spooky doll that I made, and we're gonna be giving this guy away tonight. If you guys watch it, I did do some upgrades on the little guy. I redid his skeletons that are hanging from his belt with some different kind of wire. His little skirt right in here is actually genuine leather instead of fake leather that I had last night. I put that back on, and then I did some extra stitching all the way around him. He's completely stitched together now, and then I put some stitching on his face. So the one I made last night was kind of still like this, and that only took an hour, and then I actually took another hour after we stopped and put a little bit more love into him.
Yeah.
So if you guys want him, you are more than welcome to have him. Please give us an entry. And what should we do for an entry?
So when we say, not yet, but when we say, I think what we're going to do is have, if you want to enter it, just put your name or put like a little hand up in the air when we announce it.
Yeah, not yet.
And then I will go to the computer and do the random name drawer, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this again in the middle.
Let's see, Alex says, I have run out of questions to ask. How about topics to talk about?
What did you do today? What did you do, Alex?
Megan McNeil, who thinks that Halloween Hornets 30 at Orlando should bring back Jack and Chance?
Ooh.
I like Jack.
I loved Jack.
I like Jack.
My favorite thing about Jack is his randomness, the fact that you never know if he's going to kill you or not, which he most likely is. And then there was a movie that Universal Studios put on the tram one time, and they're all like, I remember the dude, they did it like they were interviewing somebody like in the witness protection program, so he had, you know, his face was blurred and his voice was a little bit deeper, and he's like, razor blades in an apple? That was Jack. Like, you know, like Jack started that whole thing about putting like razor blades in apples and, you know, syringes and things like that. So all that stuff that your mom told you to watch for in your candy. And to this day, how many of you guys do that? If you even go out trick-or-treating, or if you get candy during Halloween, do you like look at it for like hole punctures and stuff? You're like, I don't know. Because, you know, strangers from candy, or candy from strangers.
Yeah, get working on that.
Backwards thing. Anyways,
Honest Mickey's here, X10C. Kenzie's here. What's up?
What's up? So I pre-cut this.
Nice the horror. What's up, guys? Glad to have you here.
Pre-cut this. I have no idea what it is.
It's a goose.
But this is my crappy paper plate Halloween mask. I smacked this together, and I also put the backing on it, which I literally stapled and tied rubber bands together to do this.
I love it.
So, I have a paintbrush.
Day 5 of isolation went totally crazy thinking a roach was talking to me asking for a piece of my sandwich. Well, no, the roach does not get your sandwich, so no.
Wow, a piece of your sandwich.
Who thinks Trick or Treat should come back?
I loved Trick or Treat. I loved it.
Would you welcome it back, or would you want something new in its place?
I would actually probably welcome it back, but maybe in a different, upgraded form. But I loved that maze. It was quintessential Halloween maze. And fun fact, oh my gosh, the greatest mask of all, I forgot, it's not even in here. My most favorite mask that we own, and we own a lot of masks, but, you know, other than this one that Jessie made me because I love Jessie, but my most favorite mask is...
Hi, Allie. Hi, Alex.
One of the trickster masks that I bought from the garage sale that Haunt has every year, and they had one of the trickster masks, and I remember going to Haunt and seeing the witch, the green witch, and her tricksters kind of going around before they got put into Trick or Treat, and I was just like, that's when I wanted to do it. I was like, I want to do this, especially the pumpkin twins. Because I love jack-o'-lanterns.
Superman.
Pumpkin face. I was like obsessed with the pumpkin twins, and not just not the people that are actually the pumpkin twins, just the character itself. And I just was all like, yeah, I want to do this one day. And when they had the sale, and I saw all the tricksters' masks go up for sale, they were like $5 a piece, like super cheap. I'm not really like an aggressive person per se when it comes to like getting things. Like, you know, if there was one thing of toilet paper on the shelf, I'd probably give it to somebody else and be like, here dude, like, you can have it.
Take notes, people.
I wouldn't be that person, but I knew I needed to be that person to get this mask, and so I instructed someone else to be that person for me, and they're like, I got you, and they literally ran in there, elbowed some people, and like got the mask for me, and I was so happy that they did, because I bought it, and it is hanging up on my wall with one of my Into the Fog pieces. I said I was going to show that.
We can do that at the end.
I will do it at the end. Yeah. I said I was going to show what they gave us at the Golden Haunt Awards, and I will definitely get that at the end for you guys.
Alright, I just hope they bring back Holidays in Hell. We'll see. Today I watched almost every movie on Disney+, but currently watching The Emperor's New Groove. Highly underrated Disney movie, one of our favorites.
Great movie.
One of the most quotable Disney movies of all time.
Have you guys watched Meet the Robinsons too? That is also a highly underrated movie.
Meet the Robinsons.
That is where, if you guys are on TikTok and you go like, I invented the caffeine patch, that's where that came from.
You could stay awake for days with no side effects.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's where that came from. So highly underrated movie. I love that one too.
The mask kind of looks like the duck from Five Nights at Freddy's. It looks like Chica.
Like Chica? Wait, is Chica the duck?
Chica the duck. I think it kind of looks like, well, yeah, it does kind of look like Chica. It kind of reminds me of the Angry Goose game that has just come out, where the goose can just go around the town and terrorize people. That's kind of what that reminds me of.
That's a fun little thing.
I want to play that. I mean, we got time.
We
right?
got lots of time. I'm telling you guys, we're going to be making crafts, and I'm also looking into getting into a fitness program, because I want to be like, I feel like we're kind of in a little self-prison kind of place. I mean, we can still go out, but not...
Self-isolation.
Not really. So I'm going to get isolation ripped by the end of the year.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Dark Horizon coming back this year. I hope so.
Dark Horizon.
Yes, you went to Dark Horizon in Florida.
It was a good event. It was a great event.
Do you think it's coming back?
They need to just bring those mazes over here. Did you go? Who said that? Who commented that?
Megan McNeil.
Megan, did you go to Dark Horizon?
Alex said Trick or Treat Lights Out was another favorite maze of mine. Do you think Midsummer will still go on? We don't know yet. As of right now, they are still scheduled.
I
hope so.
I really hope so.
I hope so.
We are actually FCP is actually going to be staying at Midsummer this year. So
like
we
at
are
the hotel that the convention center is attached to.
Yeah, we are literally at the hotel the convention center is attached to. So we're gonna be there. I wanted to do like a meet and greet. I want to do a bunch of stuff. Guys, right now, like, everything is so unsure, and I'm, like, in my heart, I'm kind of, like, it's wavering back and forth on a 50-50 chance.
Be positive.
I'm totally being positive, but the full cancellation of Ren Fair kind of got to me a little bit. That was kind of like, oh, we'll just push it back 2 weeks, and then when it was completely canceled, I was like, wow, I guess that made a decision. Jax was going to work it, and she was going to be seeing everybody's lovely face that was there and helping out people, and I was kind of wavering back and forth, like, should I work it, should I not? But I was like, no, I'm just going to enjoy it this year, and then boom, canceled. And so I was kind of like, wow, that event went all the way into May, you know? So that's what kind of, like, got me a little down, but, you know, it's all the way to the end of July. So if we're doing this now, if we're flattening this curve now and we're doing our part to do this, then hopefully, like, it is up to us, you guys, to make Midsummer happen. We need to flatten this curve now. Do not go out unless you absolutely have to.
On a happier note, let's do this giveaway. So I'm gonna come over here.
We're gonna do a giveaway now?
Or, yeah, you keep working on it. I got this. You just gotta tell them what to do.
Okay.
Because I can see all this stuff.
Owie, 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 owie.
Oh, that's the carrot. Okay. Alright. Let them know if they want.
Okay.
If they want Mr. Voodoo Man to
you guys
now enter in the comments.
If you guys want Mr. Voodoo Man, Mr. Voodoo Doll, please enter in the comments. What should we say? I want the voodoo.
Someone has already put, I want this voodoo doll.
Yeah, so I want this voodoo doll. Again, I put actual leather on him. This changed out his faux leather skirt, changed it to real leather, added stitching all around him, put stitching on his mouth. So he's super cute. He's up for grabs, guys. So if you want this voodoo man, put I want this voodoo man, and then we'll do a drawing towards the end of the wrap up. I will put him on display right here. There you go.
Jesse's here.
What's up, buddy? Jesse, I have your masks on display right now, and I did wear your rat mask around for a little bit. And
you do have a little bit of eye black on you, I'm not gonna lie.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Oh well.
Hi, Jen.
So, remember, I want this voodoo man. We're gonna go with that. You guys, this mask is turning out really weird. Kind of liking it, kind of digging it, just a little bit. So are any of, like, tell me, are you guys, any of you guys going to work still? Anybody watching anything on Netflix?
Hold on, there were a couple that I missed. Didn't you guys say you may have a booth at Midsummer? No, we will not have a booth at Midsummer this year. We're just walking around covering it. Favorite Pixar movie? Totally random question, but mine is WALL-E. That's from Alex.
Ooh, WALL-E is a good one. My favorite one right now is actually Monsters University. I just love some of the jokes that go on inside Monsters University. I'm trying to watch Toy Story 4 again though. But when I walked out of the theater for Toy Story 4, I was like, wow, that was not a kid's movie. There was some deep, deep, deep issues in there.
There were some deep issues.
There were some deep issues inside of Toy Story 4. So, but that's what I love about Toy Story movies. They kind of grew up with the Watcher. So we were all kids when the original Toy Story came out, which was a long time ago. Right? Do you guys want to see how this is going? Okay. This is what's happening.
Let's say you have until 7:20. You have until 7:20 to enter.
7:20?
Yeah.
Or not till the end?
You have until 7:20 to enter, and then we will pick from there. Ooh, yep. Early bird gets the worm, guys.
That's intense. That's intense. I thought we were gonna do it a little later. Jax is switching up the game. Switching up the game.
Am I switching up the game?
Switching up the
Am
game.
I?
Early bird gets the worm. I want this voodoo man. Nobody wants this mask. Because it is just. What else is going on, guys?
Haley said she's working from home. School has been permanently slated to be strictly from home. No commencement ceremony for this girl. Oh man.
I'm so sorry. Dang, that sucks.
Alex Azaroff is here. He was in Dark Entities.
Dark Entities.
I'm literally watching this with my blind contacts on.
Nice, bro. I was gonna put my blind contacts in and put my zombie mask on, but like my eyes have been kind of feeling weird lately. Like there's already something in them, so I decided not to. But I got brand new contacts, and they're actually scleras, and I've never put a sclera in my eye before, so I'm looking forward to that as much as you can look forward to putting a sclera in your eye. But I'm thinking, like, I got big eyeballs anyways. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, so maybe they'll just pop right in. But I love my blind contacts. And Jax got a bunch of contacts lately.
I've got a few.
Yeah, she's got a lot.
I got a few.
Can I tell him the story of what happened?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you want your contacts to be sterile. She ordered from this very reputable company. We get all our contacts from them. Sclera, what is it, ScleraUSA.com?
Sclera Contacts USA, something like that.
ScleraContactsUSA.com, and she got a set of contacts from them, and when they got the shipment in, every single pair of contacts, the seal had been popped on them. And so obviously, being a company of good, standing, can't give those contacts to you, and they weren't ordering anymore, so they offered her another set for free, and then she got like a couple others because they were sorry it happened, and then with every set of contacts you get a free set of zombie whites. So we have like 15 pairs of contacts now.
I'm gonna try something, guys. Hold on one second. Bear with me.
I feel like Gizmo.
Yeah, but it's better for the video, so.
Okay.
Deal with it.
Dang. No, it's made me draw my croissant. No.
Okay, yeah, that's way better.
Is that better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, you guys entering that I want this voodoo man?
We got a few entries.
Got a few? What's a few?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh.
I work at Blaze Pizza, but we are not letting people into the store. We bring the pizzas out to them outside the store. That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I appreciate when businesses are finding ways to accommodate what's going on. You know, it's hard for everyone, but when you can find a way to try to reach some amount of normalcy in this, I think it's what is kind of bringing us together in this time of not being together. You know,
I like that. I like that. What Blaze Pizza do you work at? I might come get some.
Mr. DeMarco, just wanted to let you know that I love your creations, including the Voodoo Man, but I want it to go to someone else, which is why I'm not entering the giveaway. That's nice of you.
Thank you so much. You guys, I love creating stuff. Obviously, like the first we did painting, and I'm not like as good an artist as some of the people out there, like Haley and Kenzie Crow and or Kenzie Poles and all those guys. But I do like creating stuff. So art projects are more my style. But I want to do a bunch of stuff, and I just want to talk to you guys and get to know you and
keep the questions coming, keep the chat going. Haley said, but the fact that you're making something is what counts.
Thank you. Even if it's a crappy paper mask, not as good as Jesse and James.
It's a goose.
It's a goose. I don't know. It's a goose. It's something. It's definitely something.
Well, that's cool, Stephanie. You're not terribly far from Knott's. That's awesome.
Who are we?
I met 2 of the monsters from Knott's. That's nice. That's cool. Do you know who they were? Who were they? Who did you meet?
Who are they? Who did you meet? I meet monsters all the time.
2 minutes.
You guys have 2 minutes to enter. I want this voodoo man. And I will wrap him in sterile packaging and send him out to you.
Leave him outside your door.
And leave him outside your door or on your pillow. No.
Would it be cool if there was a death-themed maze at Not Scary Farm?
A death-themed maze?
Yeah.
Like death, or like the character death?
I don't know.
Like, clarify that. Death, or like the actual death? Or
death like the dude, or death in general?
Yeah. I just need to know clarification. One would be a shorter.
It said ways of dying. Haley also said an orb flew towards the camera. If you guys can go back and find it and screenshot it and send it to me,
yeah,
'cause I want to see. And then I'm gonna sage the hell out of this room.
You saying an orb flew towards the camera is actually not surprising to me at all. This house has its share of extra visitors sometimes. Nothing malevolent, but we have a camera that faces inside of our living room just in case, for safety purposes, in case we're gone and somebody comes in. And we have caught orbs on that camera before. They never do anything. The most I've ever seen is bread get pushed off of the counter. And I don't even know if that happened. I just found the bread on the floor and nobody else was around. So that could have just been an earthquake.
Earthquake!
Yes.
Earthquake! Alright.
Ooh, our hearts go out to Utah right now.
Oh yeah, they had a
5.6 earthquake.
They had a little shaker, didn't they?
That's a pretty good shaker.
Alright, I'm gonna spin this wheel.
Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and spin.
Tell me to spin the wheel. Tell me to spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel! Should I turn the camera on the wheel?
No.
No?
No. Who's it gonna be?
This is an automatic wheel.
Stephanie Marquez.
Stephanie Marquez. Congratulations.
You are the winner. Well, hello.
I need you to do, Stephanie, is throw us your address or email us your address to fracturedcompass@gmail.com, and that way we can get that little man out to you. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Do you think Knots can add a scare zone or add a new scare zone, or is there not enough space?
I mean, they could definitely bring Fiesta back, or they could bring something back to Fiesta. They definitely have the space. If they want to go ahead and get rid of that dance party, I don't know if any of you guys like the dance party. If you do, cool. If you don't, like, yeah, they could definitely spook that place up. And I think everything else is kind of taken, per se. I'm just trying to think if there's any other space. Because Carnival can go all the way to the bumper cars. And back up to there. And then once you're up to that point, once you're up to, like, where Dark Ride is, that flows into the Hollow, and then if you go back up towards the other side of Dark Ride, you're back kind of where Ghost Town is. So there, I think all the real estate is pretty much taken up into that area, unless they wanted to cut in half, like Forsaken.
Forsaken's already too small, I think.
Yeah, I think it's pretty small.
Like, I feel like Forsaken needs to be, like, kind of almost all the way around, and maybe then some, but that's just me.
Again, anybody want to put a church up? Anybody that's going to be watching this video later, put the church.
Let's see.
A dilapidated church.
Bree's here. Bree! Ooh, AJ's here, too.
Bree's going to Texas.
AJ!
I kind of stopped doing
I'm
my
helping
mask.
move some stuff around tonight. No worries. No worries at all. We're just happy you're here. AJ, oi! Oi back!
I'm gonna put Stephanie. I'm gonna put your little guy right there. Stephanie, what are you gonna name him? Does he get a name? Or she?
Ooh.
Or they? Whatever. Not judging.
Whatever you want it to be.
Whatever they want to identify
Dorito.
as. A Dorito. I identify as a Cool Ranch Dorito. Okay, I just with extra flavor blast.
Which is what we have in the kitchen.
Yes.
Right now. And those flavor blasts are not messing around, guys. Let's see. The dance party was okay. Yeah, I could totally do without the dance party.
I could do without it too. But that's just me.
If they wanted the Calico River Rapids could be a small zone, I think Calico River Rapids would be a perfect place to do some cryptids. I'm just saying, they already got a Bigfoot in the rapids.
You could bring a Bigfoot up into there. Because that's kind of a that's the only dead space. Would it be? Between, because of Mystery Lodge all the way down to the train tracks.
Yeah.
You've got that dead space, you could have a couple things walking around there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to this.
Do you need more?
I don't have any more.
Well, now we have to make it work.
Yes, that's why I'm just making it work. That's the only dead space, so I can't think of it. And again, unless they want to bring something for Fiesta, which Jax had mentioned, like bring in the Incans,
The Mayans,
some
the
Mayans,
Aztecs.
Aztecs.
Make it a slaughter back there. It'd be
Sacrifice,
so cool.
yeah. I'm totally down with that.
Stephanie said I might need some help with that. Anyone have any names, idea names?
Ooh. Anybody have any ideas what we can name? Now it's a contest to name the doll.
Name that doll. Name that doll. Talent from FBS
Nobody's
had a
getting
lot
this.
of ideas and characters they wanted to pitch and try for that street zone. They tried. They all did. Oh, I believe you, man. I believe that they tried.
What?
For Fiesta.
I know.
I totally believe you.
I I just feel like this goes back to the dance party, no matter what happens.
I don't like the dance party.
No, I know, but it always, if they can't think of anything to put there, they're just going to revert back to a dance party because they can put a girl dancer on one side, a guy dancer on the other side, and a DJ in the middle. And
or
did I have?
Just get rid of the dance party.
But then, okay, it would just be Fiesta Village.
Yeah, but like they could just do something with Fiesta.
No, and I understand. I'm totally with you on doing something with Fiesta.
I just feel like if they're like, well, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide, they need to make it that. All of the opinions expressed here are our own and not that of Scary Farm or not Scary Farm, the Cedar Park Company. But still, I need to make that clear that they're not affiliated with this conversation at all.
We do not speak for Cedar Fair or not at all. But
we're just having a civilized conversation.
What I see is them just falling back to just a dance party.
Jen said name him Fluffy. Fluffy. Do you know Fluffy?
That's up to Stephanie. I think.
No, she said she needs help with names.
No, I know. But if you what?
Jeez.
No, I'm just saying if you guys talk about names.
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
I remember wanting to audition a Soul Eater in Fiesta in the form of a candle maker. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Terrifying. Anything is better than the dance party, guys.
I just don't like it. But did I have fun at the silent disco? Yes, I did. Only because
silent disco is great.
Only because I've never ever done a silent disco before. If you guys have never done a silent disco, just do it like once. It's kind of fun. It's really weird too to just walk around and just watch people just bounce up and down, like for no reason for you.
Do you remember when they were playing Baby Shark?
Yes,
and everyone was like, "Go to this channel!" Because you know,
there's 3 different channels.
Freaking Baby Shark, man, it's cool.
There's 3 different channels on a silent disco earpiece, and depending on what's going on.
Ooh, she said Marie Laveau.
Who did?
Stephanie did.
Stephanie?
To name the voodoo doll.
If you want to name the voodoo doll after the
voodoo, capital THE, the
voodoo queen, priestess. Fun fact about Marie Laveau's grave site, they actually had to start protecting it because
too many people
were coming in and putting the triple X's on it to make their wishes, and then they were taking things from other graves to offer to her. So
yeah, guys, don't do that.
They kind of had to stop from doing that. And then if you guys have never seen Marie Laveau's grave, I've never seen it in person, but I have read a lot about it. Once you do get your wish, which is kind of a scary thing because like, be careful what you wish for, or you just might get it. Or sometimes if you wish for something, it's not exactly what you wanted.
You gotta be specific, people.
Yeah, but you're supposed to put a line through your X's
if they come
true.
Yeah.
And you can see a lot of lines. So
yeah,
she's still working something from the grave.
Amy said, my friend and I wanted to be Bro Macho and Bro Mijo, a luchador tag team. We would carry around a dirty mattress and suplex each other. We would be Los Bromigos. And
I'm absolutely sure Cedar Fair would let you do that.
But I love it.
Yeah, I love
that. It's hysterical, man. Bree said the Necropolis Scare Zone is one of my favorites.
Yes.
I think that is a very, very popular opinion because Necropolis was fucking amazing.
I love Necropolis. That was, somebody asked like what scare zone would I bring back, and Necropolis was the scare zone that I would actually bring back.
Yeah.
It was a great scare zone, and you can tell things won't come back, or they'll come back in a different form, but if you watch a certain YouTube video about costuming at Knott's, the Necropolis was like one of Tim's like favorite. If you guys don't know who Tim is,
yeah. If you don't know who Tim is and you haven't worked Scary Farm and you plan to work Scary Farm, you will know.
Who Tim is. He is basically
the big cheese, the big cheese of costuming.
Yeah, he's the big cheese of costuming. He's the head guy there. He has to approve everything that we put on our bodies during haunt, and if he doesn't like something, he will let you know. Like if he doesn't like it, and it's not bad.
It's always nice to know exactly like where you stand and what you need to do to make yourself look good.
Yeah. So but you'll know. And he did the steampunk vampires, and it was one of his favorite things, and it kind of took off. And then 2 years ago, they sold the steampunk vampire costumes for $20 a pop. They were full costumes, some of them. So that was kind of neat. I'm always wanting vampires to come back in a different way. Because I think that we have, and as much as I love being infected, I think we've overplayed the zombie thing. Because I love Dominion. Dominion is like one of my favorite mazes. It was beautiful. So.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, let me get this sorted out on here and then get back to the questions.
I feel like we haven't touched on werewolves.
They kind of fucked up werewolves with gunslingers, man. That was just a bad choice.
Yeah, I think that was like the last time I saw anything of a werewolf, and I was like, okay. I mean, other than being on streets, obviously we have got the 8 wolves on street, but not in a maze setting, you know?
Yeah,
they could do it better.
Like there's ways to do it really well, but if you don't do it really well, it sucks.
No, I know. Because you're more partial to like underworld lichens.
Yeah, okay, so let me be very clear about something.
Clarify.
I'm very, very picky about how werewolves are portrayed in movies, and the lichens from Underworld is probably one of the best ways I've seen it portrayed, so I'm very partial to them.
Yeah.
So if you could make them look good and do a good maze about it, hell yeah. It's just, if I see a Spirit Halloween mask on anyone, well, kick it in the face. That's not good.
Yeah. So I think we need to go from zombies back to kind of more supernatural, more ghost, more
like they did
more
Yeti,
possessing.
They did the Yeti maze in Orlando,
God.
and it was good, right?
Yeti maze was actually really terrifying.
So
let me tell you the most terrifying
concept.
Yeah.
If you can make the abominable snowman scary, you can make werewolves scary again, guys.
If you guys haven't seen the Yeti maze on YouTube, check it out, please. They did a set that was amazing. There was one thing that scared me, and it was because the guy came around the corner and actually blasted his shotgun right in my face. And it air blasted me, and I was kind of like,
That would scare me.
Like I was just kind of like, ooh, gave me the chills. But the way that they did that maze, they had Yetis coming. It was basically a 2-story maze, and the Yetis were on top, and some of them would actually look down at you, and try to like, you know, grab at you, or they'd come from doors. They come from everywhere. Their boo holes were like insane, and boo holes are pretty predictable, especially when you've gone through a bunch of mazes.
But it's a good boo
and
hole.
These were just highly non-predictable because they were on top, from the side. Even in Dark Horizon, there was a boo hole that got me a little bit because the girl was actually below the floorboards that we were walking on. And she like reached out from this like caged floorboard thing, and I was like,
That's
yo,
cool.
That was really cool.
That's
I didn't really jump per se, but like I looked down in like shock. Like
I feel like anything
whoa.
that messes with your sense of like height, or that's not a predictable like in your face scare, anything that like comes at your feet or comes from above you, that's a good way to get me. And drop down doors. I hate drop down doors.
I can't open it. Wow.
Because it's like painted shut.
No. I want it open. Okay.
But it works.
Okay.
Haley said, not gonna lie, my lichen mask looked like it was straight out of Spirit Halloween. Damn. That sucks.
It's okay.
We'll get you a better one. We'll talk. We'll talk later. We'll get you a better one, okay? Gunslingers was awful. Obviously the actors were amazing, but the gunslinger was not it.
You guys, at one
Did you guys
point,
see that?
the
I just
last
saw that.
year. What?
I just saw one go by in like the feedback. I saw another little
Are you
dust
guys?
particle or orb
Are
thing
you
go
guys
by.
seeing orbs or dust things?
That's weird. Cool.
Whatever.
It's exciting.
Is it though?
No, it's really not.
I just made a spooky doll, and now I'm seeing stuff flying around.
If you guys keep seeing them, put a timestamp so that we can go back and review it. Please. I want to watch Underworld now since I haven't watched them in forever.
Yes.
Underworld is so freaking cool.
We just turned Jen onto Underworld. We were trying to watch it, but there's a lot of them, so we're gonna
one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time, but we're gonna continue watching them after this whole thing.
What was 13 Axe Murder Manor about?
13 Axe Murder Manor was literally just it was a haunted house, it was a maze that was in Mystery Lodge spot, and it was a house just full of murderers, and murder. So, and corpses and things like that.
As the title suggests.
So when you walked in, it was kind of like the trick or treat scene, and I'm wondering now if they kept this scene and just put it over to trick or treat, because when you walked in, there was a staircase that went straight up, and then there was a guy hanging from the banister of the staircase on the loft, and he was like shaking back and forth, obviously doing hanging. No.
You sure?
Quarantine was the guy that fell.
It had the same
Did it have the same staircase? See,
anyways, keep going.
It was that, and then you went in through some like haunted hallways, and then you came into the seance room where it had tarot cards on the table, and then you had somebody that was possessed by a demon turning in the air above the table, and there was a bunch of wind coming in, so you were getting blown around because there was supposed to be a storm going on. So not only did you have this dark figure with glowing eyes that was spinning around like above this table, and I mean above the table, like 10 to 15 feet above the table, and then you had the storm of the lightning, and then you kept going through, and then they added the dinner scene, which they've used many times before. And what got me, I'm going to tell you guys, what really got me is everybody's at the dinner table, but there was one guy at the end, and he's got a shotgun pointed at his head, and his head's blown off. And then it was gone through, which is, you went into kind of more things, and it was almost, I want to say like a 7-minute walkthrough of this maze, because Mystery Lodge mazes are known to be very long.
TPA has a really good walkthrough video of 13 Axe Murder Manor. I would highly recommend checking it out, because it's hard to describe why this maze was scary, but when you look at it, when you watch it, you're like, oh.
It was very dark. It was very dark. It was very hard to see in some places sometimes, and so it was one of the first mazes that I kind of went through when I was getting into haunts and things like that, and so it just kind of freaked me out.
Let's see, I don't remember if this was a thing, but there was a maze where you held lanterns, and it was actually a maze and you had to be guided by an actor. Prey was kind of like that, but Prey was technically a skeleton key access.
Yeah.
And you weren't really guided.
They just set you free.
They set you into like a corn maze, like a mini corn maze, and there were people there and they were chasing you, and you had to crawl out of the tunnel to get out.
Yeah.
But you did have a faulty lantern. Didn't it have an RFID system on it too?
Yes.
So they could kind of control what was happening to your lantern in certain parts of the...
Prey was the walkthrough test for Trick or Treat.
With the Gantum technology,
Lights out. So if you did Prey and you had the Gantum technology, that's what they were testing basically. And that was the last year that they had the skeleton key, the extra little vignettes that they had for that, and then they went into the actual Trick or Treat Lights Out. And if you guys see things like that sometimes, you'll usually know that they're going to be used for something bigger in the future.
Let's see, they should do a Ghost Adventures maze. The only reason why I'm hesitant to say a Ghost Adventures maze is all the places they go have real stuff.
Yeah, so it might be some sensitive.
And yeah, like the concept is cool. Like maybe using it as a concept is okay, but like actually doing it like directly 100% based off of it is I'm not too sure how that would sit, but I mean, that's definitely up some people's alleys, so.
If you guys haven't gone to Vegas and checked out Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum,
It's a place.
that's as close as you're probably going to get to a Ghost Adventures maze, and that is a complete guided tour. It takes about an hour and a half to go through. You can check out one of our videos exactly what rooms they have. I don't know if they've added any rooms. We were going to revisit that this year, but that's going to probably be held off till next year with everything that's going on. So
we need a maze that's psychological that can happen any day to any of us. That's why I think we need a natural disaster maze. The new maze in the Shadowlands spot looks like it could be about tornadoes. So I'm gonna say, because this just reminded me of that I really wish that Twister, the experience, was still at Universal Studios Orlando, because that was the coolest damn thing in the whole wide world.
that was so cool, you guys.
Alex Azaroff asks, if you could turn a maze past or present into a zone, what would it be?
Ooh, dang. I'd be like, I want a vampire zone. We did that. We did Necropolis. Wow, you guys, I really like black magic, but I don't know how to turn that into a zone. I guess you could. Can you turn black magic into a zone?
Yeah, you probably could, but I still think Doll Factory as a zone would be probably my number one pick for something to do with Boardwalk.
That's the one that I've been pushing for this entire time, is to go with the Doll Factory and make it like a Twisted Toys, basically like Sid's Toys, but make them way more murderous and twisted, and have the doll maker be the doll master and come out, because every now and then, even a couple years ago, the doll maker had a doll factory inside.
Mom's here. Hi, Mom.
Hey.
Hi. Hi, Mom. Hello.
But there was the doll maker had some dolls in one of the
little beacons in the graveyard.
In the graveyard in Boot Hill. I never found it, but he's there.
He said I sent you the email. Cool. We'll check on that as soon as we're done.
Yes.
We'll be in touch with you.
We will get that out.
Alex asked, did you ever go through Uncle Bobo's?
Yep.
We sure did.
Sure did.
That's the one with the thing, right?
Yes.
The great thingy.
The great thingy
at the very end.
Yeah.
Special shout out, special brownie points if you know what that was.
What was the thingy, guys?
What was the thingy at the end? Mom says you both look good and healthy. Thank you. I hope you're doing well.
Look good. I have been washing my hands
Are your hands raw?
much. My hands are actually starting to crack at this point.
You need a lotion.
I need to just sit in a vat of lotion. That's what I need to do.
Honestly. Let's see. Just sent you the email. I'm saving up to make the trip to Scary Farm this year. Hell yeah. That's rad. I hope to see you there.
We will.
2 monsters I met were I don't know the character names, but they were the chickens. Rooster Cockburn and Henrietta.
You met...
Don't say their names.
I won't say their names.
Don't say their names. Rooster Cockburn and Henrietta.
We just kind of hung out with them
a couple days ago. Before all the major before
isolation
all the
stuff started going. But yeah, they are so nice. They are the nicest people you could ever meet, you guys.
Yeah. Chickens are rad.
Yeah.
They're so cool. It's like mom and dad.
Yeah, for us.
Let's see. The original Trick or Treat would make an amazing scare zone. They kind of had the roaming characters with the tricksters. That was really cool. That was really cool.
I didn't bring my math, but
Alex asks, how was it? I'm assuming he's asking about Uncle Bobo's.
How was Uncle Bobo's? Does anybody know what did anybody say what the incredible thingy is?
The ending is exactly what you would hope it would be and more.
Yes.
There's no other way that I can describe that.
If you guys don't know what it is, it's an emoji.
It is an emoji, isn't it?
An emoji.
It almost looks exactly like the emoji.
So, there you go.
TPA also has a very good video for Uncle Bobo's, and we highly recommend just go to TPA and look at all of their old school walkthroughs, because they've got...
Is TPA gone? Is that still a thing?
I think they do Midsummer now.
Just Midsummer, right?
Yeah, I think they just do Midsummer. Like, that's their big thing.
Yeah.
Bree said Uncle Bobo's was stupid. I'm sorry, but what the fuck was that maze? I think that was the point.
Hey,
of Uncle Bobo's.
Bree, that was a classic Knott's maze right there, okay? That was a classic. I would expect no less. No more on that one. Like,
oh man.
that was
Bree's
the
laughing.
that was the kind of maze that you walked into Scary Farm back in those days, and you're like, "Yep,
Yes.
I'm at not Scary
Alex,
Farm."
you got it right. It was a poop.
It was a poop.
It was a poop with googly eyes.
Yes.
Oh, AJ.
Yes, I love it.
Rest in peace, clown mazes.
Maybe. We still have Dark Ride.
Remember seeing the elephant shit? Yeah.
Yep.
And
You
it
walked
farted in your face
You
and it had
walked
like a
between
glass
them.
cannon.
Yep. God, those mazes.
Let's see. What else, guys? Keep it coming. Let's keep talking.
Let's see.
What are we gonna do tomorrow?
I don't know.
Are we gonna do the Bob Ross attempt, or are we gonna do
You guys.
that like Netflix hangout thing? But we'd have to do that not on here.
I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions on what to do, because the next thing I kind of want to do is I want to make candles.
We don't have candles yet though.
I gotta order it. But you guys, I've been taking this opportunity to just learn how to do the things I've always wanted to learn how to do, and this is actually, I mean, this is horrible. But I mean, like what we're all going through right now. But in the fact that I'm trying to like twist it around and be like, well, now I got time to learn all the things that I've kind of wanted to do and I've been putting off, you know.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to learn how to make my own candles, and I want to make these spooky candles. So maybe I can give some away to you guys, send them through, because I'd love to give. I just love giving guys stuff. Just love giving gifts, trying to make people happy.
Mom said Pictionary.
Pictionary. I feel like I need more people. Oh, well, they could guess.
You guys could guess, or if we could get like a Skype call going, we could play with 2 other people like on the other end.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Absolutely.
You know, we could probably do
Sure.
Drawful from Jackbox. It's kind of like Pictionary. We've also talked about doing Jackbox games. Let us know what you guys think about that. So it'd be kind of fun to have like whoever's watching to be our audience and voters.
Mhm.
Let's see. You put the lotion on the skin. There.
I put solutions. Yeah.
Someone got it right.
What?
Because I think Mom asked what was the phrase in Silence of the Lambs with lotion.
Oh.
And Bree said you puts the lotion on skin. I wouldn't have known that. I've only seen Silence of the Lambs once.
I don't watch horror movies.
I'm waiting for the chat to explode at that revelation, because the last time you said that, it went.
I don't
What?
watch horror movies. I'm terrified. We started a little thing called Bree Hates Horror, where Mike would watch me watch a horror movie, and then I would like podcast it, like how I felt about the horror movie on our Patreon. And I literally, like, we watched Insidious and we watched The Conjuring. The Conjuring, okay, so Insidious I didn't really find that scary, even though I was nervous about watching it. I don't know how you guys felt about Insidious. The only part was the jump scare part where the demon was right behind him, and even then I was kind of like, meh, like, wah wah. But
Mom said what?
yeah, but the
I don't think she knew that we don't like watching
Oh, I
horror
hate
movies.
horror
No, we
movies.
can't stand it. We're the opposite of
Mom.
Mike.
I hate them. I can't. I will never watch The Exorcist. I will die. I will
Your
die.
little heart will explode.
Literally. But I
Are you
love.
kidding? No, we're not kidding. We don't watch
But
horror movies.
I love haunt, and I love creating scary things, and I think it's because I have a background in theater. I went to college to become a theater technician, and so creating things and lighting and things, like my mastery was in lighting, but I can do that because I can be like, wow, this is this and this is this. But when I see it on the movie screen, it's so freaking real because I can't see the lighting. I think that's it. I can't see the lighting. I can't see the cameras behind it. All I can see is the imagery that's being shown to me. And like, I just freak out. So The Conjuring I found a little bit more scarier than Insidious.
Delaney, hello.
So.
Do you remember what was in the Boardwalk Ballroom before the dead of winter? I think it was Fear VR 5150.
No.
For the hot second that it was, yeah.
It was so maybe that was for the week and a half.
Because Dark Ride took over Dead of Winter.
Yes, and okay,
And
so
before
they
that, it was
had
Fear VR.
they had Trapped in there.
Yes,
They had
that's
Trapped
what it was.
in there for like 2 or 3 years. And then they did the 5150 VR thing, which
for like a week and a half.
For a week and a half before some people complained about it, and then they put Dead of Winter in for 2 years.
Yes. It was Dead of Winter, and then Dead of Winter
with the Queen.
Revenge of the Wendigo. No, remember the Wendigo killed the Queen.
Oh, maybe it was 3. Was it 3 years?
2 years.
It was 2 years.
It was 2 years.
It was an awful name.
It was like Twisted Frozen. It was what Frozen should have been.
Yeah.
And then they added the Wendigo, and the Wendigo slaughtered the Queen. And there was that really cool Wendigo animatronic there at the end.
Yeah, the Wendigo was
And then the one
cool.
dude at the very end exit who was just nailing everybody coming out of that maze. And he had the best scare spot. I mean, dropping people, every single group. It was perfect.
And then we went to Dark Ride.
Bree said that Us was definitely a favorite and will always have a special place in her heart. We haven't seen Us.
We haven't seen Us. I don't think
we ever will.
Will watch Us. Bree, I know you love that maze. I know because we met.
I just wasn't.
We met at Universal, and I know you loved it.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Us maze.
Like
I understood what was going on. I got it, but it was honestly, even for like my eyes without looking through the viewfinder during the filming, it was really hard to see.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, I'm not a fan of slasher films, and I know people are going to be like, well, it wasn't just a slasher film. There was like, there was that story behind what was going on, but when it comes down to it, it was kind of a slasher. It was kind of a slasher film, like they think, and that's one of those reasons why like I will not watch the Saw movies. I've seen partially.
Torture porn, man. It makes you sick.
I never would touch Hostel, ever. And these are all old movies that, have come out. I just, like, either makes me sick. Oh my god, if you guys have watched Lucifer on Netflix, it is a very, very good show. But the other night...
Wait, hold on. We need to specify why it's a good show. Because it's Murder, She Wrote with the devil.
It's Murder, She Wrote with the devil. That's basically what it is. It's Jessica Fletcher, except Jessica Fletcher is Lucifer.
Is Lucifer
Morningstar. Is Lucifer Morningstar. It's a very good show, but there was a scene where this guy had a jigsaw complex, and he was trying to prove that people will save themselves over other people, and he literally told this lady to like mangle her hand because she was a high-tech surgeon and she was like spent her life saving people, or else this girl was going to die of poisoning, and the lady stuck her hand in the garbage disposal, and I got so nauseous. It was horrific. Like,
Mom said, so proud of you both with your movie knowledge. Honestly, I'm a Notebook kind of gal. Okay, you're gonna hear a confession. I love The Notebook. I love it so much. I am not a romantic person at all.
No rom-coms for you?
No, I like action and I like fighting. I'm like a Braveheart and Gladiator type girl. I love The Notebook so much.
I've never seen it.
Whatever.
I just never. It's not that I don't want to. I just never
Megan
have.
McNeil said a Parasite maze, so we didn't see Parasite either. I think we probably will eventually.
What was that?
That's the one that won the best, it won the Oscar for Best Picture, didn't it? Parasite, the South Korean movie. Is that what you're talking about?
The South Korean
movie?
movie?
Are you talking about just like a parasitic type maze? I'm gonna do that again. Parasitic type maze.
I'm looking up at you guys right now because I'm done making my mask. But I'm not going to reveal it.
I was gonna ask you what happened.
What do you mean what happened?
What's going on? You know what that looks like?
I just finished it.
Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the old school masks from Halloween. Like just stuff that kids used to wear when like trick-or-treating kind of like really started to become a thing. They're fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at that and you're like, you look like little soulless demons.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of that, but it's also like a very unnerving Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's.
So I'll reveal it.
Or like A blood goose?
later.
I don't know how to describe that.
This is what comes out of my mind as I'm telling you guys that I don't like horror movies, but I make things like this. I don't know. I'm gonna add some more
Said
paint.
no, the movie. Yeah, we haven't seen Parasite yet, so we would have to see that. But
I think we should
nothing
see
is
it.
off the table.
No.
So there you go.
Unless it's like horror, like, you know, unless it's a slasher film.
Mom likes Steel Magnolias too. I watched Steel Magnolias once and I cried.
Steel Magnolias I watched as a child and all growing up, and I like can quote that movie. Such a good movie.
You are being pressured into exposing your mask right now. I think you should show it.
No.
No, yeah, show it.
Do you guys want to see what comes out of my mind?
Delaney said, I want to see the mask, Brie. Expose it.
Expose the mask.
Haley said, vintage Halloween masks are my bread and butter. Hell yeah, they're so scary.
Okay.
Mom
so
said, let's see. Mom said.
let's see.
Mom said.
Mom said, so it has to happen.
Bree said,
Okay.
do it.
So this is my mask. This is what comes out. This is literally, you guys, this is made of paper plates, rubber bands, burlap, and fake leather and paint. Okay. But there you go.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta put it on.
Okay. Oh my god. There we go.
You're wearing black. Hold on. Here, put Simba underneath you so that they can see that.
There you go.
That's terrifying. I don't even know what that. If I saw. No, don't do this. Sorry. That's creepy.
I'm like,
You do angry goose noises.
I don't know.
No, she's hissing. Someone said you're eating Simba.
Like, gone.
Bree said that goose voice was accurate.
I don't know if you guys can see it. Like,
Delaney said, yo.
Yes.
Love it. Pretty, Brie, I hate it. That's some Silent Hill shit, which means I love it. She's eating Simba. Rad, the goose voice was accurate.
Yeah.
The circle of life.
so there it is. Trying to see on my.
This was with literally like kind of household items and some minor crafting. Mom asked, can you see out of it?
I can see out
kind
of-
cut eyeball holes out of it. I'm afraid those rubber bands are gonna snap.
No, they're good. I actually can.
Dude, you have paint in your hair.
Whatever.
Can you see?
Can you see it? I can't see.
Oh, there's your eyeballs. I see them.
I just need some eye black or like some white out or anything like that.
You know, it's kind of almost more unnerving without it.
Is it? Oh
You're
yeah,
like, because you're like, oh yeah, there's a person in there. You literally got red paint in your hair.
that's
I got
fine.
you. I got you. I got you.
I don't want to touch some bush.
Jen said that's horrific. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks, sis. Yeah. Well, let me see where we're at on time really
Oh
quick.
my gosh, we are like right at 8 o'clock. I finished that early though.
We've been going for 63 minutes and 28 seconds. Wow. Hell yeah.
Right on, right on.
Anything else you guys want to talk about before we close this up?
We're gonna wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Did you guys see any more orbs?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know the orbs. I'm really, really interested in that.
Let's just say it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's a thing.
Dark Harbor. What about Dark Harbor? What do you want to know about? Did we miss something? Hold on, let me go back. Vintage Halloween costumes aren't the only terrifying things from the old days. Easter Bunny. No, Easter Bunny costumes today are scary.
Yeah.
Look at the bun behind us. That dude's seen some shit. My friends told me they wanted Dark Entities to be a zone in Fiesta, but like Roswell, New Mexico. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm gonna tell you anything that has to do with aliens. It's scary. Especially if they're grays. Oh god, they're so scary.
Yeah, I was like, you could take out Forsaken Lake and make it anything.
Love you, Mom. Bye. I saw the first one and no orbs after that, but it was bright. We'll go back through it and see if we can find it. If you guys find it before us, like take a screenshot or something and send it to us. What do you think will be new for Dark Harbor? I don't know. Honestly, they are pretty good about revealing just about everything at their panel at Midsummer, so
yeah,
that's the best place to get your information from, which we will be doing a stream for, because the Dark Harbor panel is the highlight of Midsummer Scream every year.
So, tell me, okay, I need your guys' advice really quick before we wrap this up, because we did some live streaming last year for Midsummer so that you guys could hear exactly what was going on, when it was going on. But like, if you've ever been inside the Long Beach Convention Center, the internet quality is horrific. And so what bugged me a little bit is that my video quality was horrific, because it would pixelate sometimes, even though you could still hear what was going on.
Even then, sometimes it stuttered.
And even then it stuttered, and I don't know whether I should just film it because we're staying on property. I literally would film it, leave, go upload it, and come back into the convention center just so I could have a crystal video for you guys. Or do you guys just want me to live stream? I don't know.
That's something we're open to talking about as it gets closer. Especially with the uncertainty of everything going on right now.
I know.
We'll kind of cross that bridge when it comes closer, but what's your guys' opinion about it? Do you want to see it live stream like as it happens, or would you rather do...
I did not live stream Dark Harbor last year. I actually made a crystal clear video and zoomed in and things like that, and I put it up, and I was very, very happy with it.
Great.
But literally, you guys, this is stuff that's on my mind every single day, even right now. When I go to work, I'm like, should I live stream it? Should I not? I don't know.
I think we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Right now, I think our main goal is just making sure that everyone is safe and healthy, and that we're just kind of chugging through this together in this weird little Twilight Zone time that we're living in.
Facts.
You know? So what are we going to do tomorrow?
I don't know. I think we'll come up with it tonight. We came up with this earlier.
Yeah.
Today. I was like, hey, let's just make a mask.
We're open to suggestions too. Like if you guys have this like really freaking cool idea, send us a message on Instagram, send us a message on Facebook. We'll see it. I mean, we've got nothing else to do, and I'll be here.
Yeah.
Checking all that and responding as much as I can. But I think we're gonna wrap this up. We very much appreciate every single one of you coming out and hanging out with us for a little bit, and hopefully kind of taking your mind off of things that are going on, and you know,
getting a glimpse into my crazy mind.
Yeah, because that thing's fucking terrifying.
I'm gonna keep it.
Dude, that's nightmare fuel. You keep that in the closet.
And I'm just gonna throw it away.
Once that shit dries,
I'm gonna throw it away.
Throw it away.
What?
I could run around and scare the shit out of people.
This is my midsummer mask.
See you guys next stream. Stay safe. As always appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. So, like I said, I'll say it again. Every time we're in this together, we're here for you. Stay positive, stay strong, keep your guys and your families, keep yourselves safe. I didn't say that right. Keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, wash your hands really well, 20 seconds.
Hashtag flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve. Do your part. You guys are doing awesome. We got this. One day at a time. Yeah? Okay, bye. We love you. With the mask. No. Stupid mask. Oh, and Bree's dancing. And Bree's dancing. And Bree's dancing. And Bree's dancing.
Rolling it up. Rolling it up.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Everyone's saying bye. Everyone's saying bye. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, bye. Bye for reals. Bye.